Hey, this is Matt Boggs, and today I want to share with you a lesson I learned from the Dalai Lama about love and relationships that completely shifted my love life. I was attending a symposium in Italy at the Castel Gandolfo, which is the Pope's summer palace, and my mom was there, my grandmother was there, and we were participating in the synthesis dialogues. Actually, my mother was asked to co-convene and co-lead the synthesis dialogues with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And this convention they brought in, it was a very intimate meeting where they brought in world leaders and industry leaders to talk about solutions to the biggest challenges facing our world today. And as you may know, I don't know if you know the Dalai Lama story, but the Chinese for the past 50 years or more have been decimating the Tibetan culture. And since the uprising against the Chinese in 1959, there have been more than 450,000 Tibetans murdered in this war. And so the Dalai Lama fled. Much of their culture had been destroyed. Obviously, hundreds of thousands of people have been killed. And as the Dalai Lama teaches about love and he teaches about compassion, this is someone, if anyone has a right to be resentful or have hatred in his heart towards somebody or a government, it would be the Dalai Lama. Family members murdered, friends murdered, right? It would be someone in that circumstance. And yet when he was teaching about love and compassion and relationships, you couldn't even detect a wavelength of resentment or hatred in him. And so my mother asked him a question and she said, I've read your books and I've seen you speak all over the world. And based on what's happening with the Chinese and the Tibetan people, how do you not have resentment in you? How do you live your life from this place of compassion? And the answer he gave her was deeply profound and deeply spiritual. And he said this, he says, in life, we have friends and then we have sacred friends. Friends are easy to love and easy to forgive. Sacred friends are very, very hard to love. The Chinese government is my sacred friend. Not the Chinese people. The Chinese people aren't doing this. It's the Chinese government. The Chinese government is my sacred friend. Because if they hadn't done what they had done, then I wouldn't have had to evolve my heart to become bigger than the pain. And I thought, wow, what a profound perspective. What a wise perspective to bring to that kind of situation. And as I thought about that, it dawned on me that relationships are the same way, because relationships can be filled with pain. If you're in relationships, chances are you've been rejected or maybe you've been betrayed in the past. And what if there were relationships and then there were sacred relationships? Relationships were easy, they were fun, they worked well, maybe they ended even well. But then there are sacred relationships. Relationships that are painful, relationships that are tough, relationships that are hard. What if there are these sacred relationships, and what if these are in our life not to cause us to maintain in pain or not to cause us to calcify our hearts, but what if they're in our lives to cause us to evolve our hearts to become bigger than the pain? See, in life right now, we can't escape having pain. That's part of the human condition. But we can escape the suffering by allowing ourselves to grow, by allowing our hearts to evolve, by allowing our spirit to strengthen, to become bigger, to become larger than the pain we're experiencing right now. And so I ask you this, what pain are you going through right now that is a sacred relationship perhaps, or is a sacred challenge that you're willing to allow your heart to become bigger than that challenge? You're willing to allow your heart to evolve to become bigger than that pain. Because it starts with a declaration. It starts with a decision. And so I challenge you right now, go ahead and post in the comment section below. What challenge or what pain are you facing right now that you're willing to become bigger than? Because by making that declaration, by posting that comment to the world, your heart and your subconscious mind knows that, and you start to evolve just by an action like that. So I challenge you, post that action below, and know that you are far more powerful than any challenge, any circumstance that you're facing. You are far more powerful than you even realize. And so tap into that power this day. Allow your heart to grow this day and become larger than any challenge you're facing.